First of all, can I show of hands of how many foodies I have in this audience? Foodies, eat out, likes to eat out, try new restaurants, and do all that stuff. Right, great. So, breaking the box. I think before moving forward, we have to define what I see about breaking the box. Well, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. It took me 6 years to finish a 4-year course in college. Not because I wanted to learn more, but because I was the less studious type. When I was in high school, my first year, I failed 7 out of my 8 classes. I only passed PE. The following quarter, I did better. Failed only 6 classes out of 8, which was PE and Christian life education, which meant that I was a God-fearing, active kid. But kidding aside, I was often defined as disruptive, but back then being disruptive meant that naughty kid that was sent to the back of the classroom just so that they don't have to give me the time of day, right? I was weird. Who would think about grabbing toilet paper, drenching it in water, throwing it in the ceiling, waiting for it to fall on the teacher's head? Don't get ideas from me, but that actually happened. But overall, I was different. The question is, where is that naughty kid now that was standing at the back of the stage while I'm here in front of you telling you that rules are meant to be broken? But there's always a fine line between that. If you're going to change people's lives for the better, if you're going to change an industry for the better and for the common good, why not? Why not? So, fast forward to 12 years later after I graduated college. I worked in a McDonald's flipping burgers and doing French fries. I worked in a Jollibee doing the same thing. I handled a chain of restaurants when I was in San Francisco, and I handled a hotel when I was in Kuala Lumpur. Now, back here in Manila, I find myself helping pave the way for the F&B and culinary industry. How we did that was not through thinking like a normal person or thinking just with rules and boundaries for us to do things. How we paved our way? Well, we brought in the first celebrity chef and food hall concept in the country. This was about 5 years ago. This particular restaurant was a Todd English food hall from New York City. The next store was already in Manila. Everyone came to me and asked, Manila? Why not Japan? Why not Hong Kong? Why not Singapore? From New York to Manila. That was a big leap. We were so afraid because we were the first. There was no any benchmark on how people will accept this, how people would understand this, would they appreciate it? This was one of the biggest things that we did that particular year as far as investment and size. This is a 900 square meter food hall with 250 seating capacity with 7 stations operated as one. Now, we just had to pray, good luck, let's try to open this and see whether or not the foundations that we've set in order for this to be successful will work. But at the end of the day, who knows? We opened the restaurant 5 years ago. We were doing an average of about 600 to 800 covers per day. At our highest point, we were doing 1,400 covers. Just to give you an idea, a typical restaurant would do at least 100, 200 covers. So this was a multiple. I remember one instance when we opened this particular restaurant. That was Mother's Day. We did 1,400 covers that day. The owner of the mall gave me a call the minute that I broke my record sales. Sent me a text message, hey Chino, congratulations. That changed my outlook in life. That made me feel the best feeling ever. That particular night, I went home, told my wife that we've made history. We were the first celebrity chef. We were the first food hall. I was getting goosebumps, not being able to sleep because adrenaline was running towards us. But we've proven a point, And that sparked what we did for the next coming years. That sparked us to do even better, challenge the situation even more. That same year, we brought in Tim Ho Wan. It was the first ever Michelin-rated restaurant in the country. Also, at that time, the most reasonable Michelin-starred restaurant in the world. Now, for people that don't know, the Michelin Star is the highest accolade a chef can achieve. You're given 1 star, 2 star, or 3 star. But the Michelin Star is only a handful in each of the countries. So Tim Ho Wan is one of them. Of course, being the first again, we did not know how people would react to it. Would people like it? Would people understand it? Would people think that it's still the most reasonable Michelin star in the world? We were able to do that by questioning the quality and price ratio, right? How can you serve ultra high quality at very affordable prices? We saw a void in the market where we saw the ultra low-end dim sum places, but on the far spectrum, you have the high-end Chinese banquets or hotels that does the high-end dim sum. Nothing in between. So we took that risk and jumped for it and did the first Tim Ho Wan here in the Philippines. Till today, we are doing at about 1,000 covers on average. That's about 3,000 of our famous pork buns every day, having 10 chefs work on it all day just packing pork buns. At one point, Tim Ho Wan had the highest revenue per square meter in the entire country. And thanks to that, we were able to expand and really go high-end and full force into the food and beverage industry. But let's not forget where it all began. It began from a homegrown brand that we started from scratch. We started from scratch and created the menu, created the pricing, created the direction. This brand started from 1 store, Mesa, and now we have sprawled nationwide to about 60 stores. This is our fastest growing brand, and this is also our vehicle to do the next things that we want to do and breaking the box. Today, we are now about 200 stores strong across 15 brands. So now you might want to ask, what's next for us? What do we want to do that will set the next trend for the F&B industry? Why not? The first Filipino Michelin-starred restaurant. Maybe 5-10 years ago, people would say that's impossible. But for me, everyone said that what we did before was impossible. What they said, what we did before was not attainable. But look at where we are now. So I believe that in the next few years, the Michelin Star will be coming to the Philippines, and there will be an opportunity for us to put our Filipino food in the map. And moving forward, Filipino is the next big thing, according to Andrew Zimmer. And to the late Anthony Bourdain, he's very happy that the Filipino cuisine is going outside of the Filipino community. Because that's what we want to do. Moving forward, we want to put Filipino cuisine on the map. Why not? We can put the Filipino cuisine as a mainstream cuisine. If Thailand can do it, if Korea can do it, if Vietnam can do it, why can't the Philippines? But at the end of the day, all I want to say is be disruptive, be weird, be different, and change lives. Thank you.